Hey everyone, Noah St. John here from noahstjohn.com and affirmations.com, and welcome to the Ask Noah St. John show right here on noahnation.com. Now I am here on noahnation.com every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, where I answer your questions about how to get unstuck, get rid of your head trash, find your voice, and automate your business so you can have more time freedom, personal freedom, and financial freedom. Now, this series is all about going through some of my most favorite books in self-help literature, and I'm very excited and happy to share these with you. These are some of the books that have shaped my life, and I'm recommending them to you and certainly helping you go through them, and so we're just going to walk through them. And my friend Gary Vaynerchuk said to just be yourself on these programs, and so I am a self-help nerd, so that's who I am, and that's who I'm sharing me with you. Now, I'm also here to answer your questions. So all you have to do is type in your questions right here on noahnation.com. Type your questions here on each broadcast. You can also send me some hearts, send me some thumbs up, send me some smiley faces, because the more that you engage with these programs, the more that people see them. Now, our mission here at successclinic.com is to help 10,000 small business owners double their performance and profits. We also have a stated mission over the next 10 years to help 1 million veterans and their families overcome the effects of PTSD. So if you or someone you know is suffering from PTSD, please contact me. Just go to my website, noahnation.com, click on the contact page and get in touch with me. Also, if you'd like to get some coaching and mentoring on how you can get unstuck, find your voice, and automate your business, if you'd like to make more money, if you'd like to grow your business, if you'd like to get unstuck, any of those things, just go to noahnstjohn.com and click on the Talk to a Coach button. There's a big orange button there that says Talk to a Coach, or just go to noahnstjohn.com/talk. All right, so we're going to go over my next book starting today. So we're starting with our new book today. I'm very excited because this is one of my very favoriteest books of all time. And it's from one of my favorite self-help authors of all time, probably the most famous self-help author of all time. Now, we started out this series going through How to Win Friends and Influence People, which was the book that really formulated a lot of my childhood and really was one of the main reasons that I got into this business. So today we're going to go over how to stop worrying and start living. All right, so this is also by Dale Carnegie. Now you'll notice how dog-eared this, this book has gone everywhere that I've been. I've traveled this entire country from Maine to California. This book has gone with me the entire time. And you can see that I really wanted this book out because I worry a lot. And I grew up with a mom who was a great worrier. And so it really sucked to always be worrying all the time. And so this book has really helped me to get through some tough times in my life. And so that's why we're going to start now going through this book. And let me know what you think. Now, this book is not anywhere near as well known as How to Win Friends and Influence People. But to me, this book is just as important as that book for a number of reasons. And mainly for the reason that I just said, that worry is a big problem for lots of people. And so let me start. I'm going to read this part of the preface to you, how this book was written and why. Now, I do want to say something as we get started here. By the way, if you've ever read this book, let me know. Send me a thumbs up, send me a smiley face, send me a heart. If you haven't read this book, let me know in the comments. Just type your comments right here below. You can also share this broadcast with your friends. You can tag them here on social media. Make sure you let them know to come to noahnation.com. So I've had it said about my books, including the Book of Affirmations and The Secret Code of Success. Several people over the years have said to me that my writing style reminds them of Dale Carnegie. And I took that as one of the greatest compliments because I very consciously modeled my writing after Dale Carnegie. One of the reasons is because I love how practical he is. I love the fact that he gives you steps that you can use. And that's what I have always intended to do with my books. Okay, so what I love is when people tell me that they read my books or they take my training programs and they know exactly what to do. I give them a step-by-step. And that was definitely as a result of reading Carnegie. So he was one of my biggest influences, influenced my writing and still does to this day. Preface, how this book was written and why. And you'll notice that my book, Secret Code of Success, starts with that. I did that on purpose. as an homage to Dale Carnegie and exactly why my books were written, because I think it's interesting and I think people like to know, and I know I like to know when I read this. In 1909, I was one of the unhappiest lads in New York. I was selling motor trucks for a living. I didn't know what made a motor truck run. That wasn't all. I didn't want to know. I despised my job. I despised living in a cheap furnished room on West 56th Street, a room infested with cockroaches. I still remember that I had a bunch of neckties hanging on the walls, and when I reached out in the morning to get a fresh necktie, the cockroaches scattered in all directions. I despised having to eat in cheap, dirty restaurants that were also probably infested with cockroaches. Now, there's your first paragraph, folks. Doesn't that just grab you right away? I mean, that just grabs you and says, wow. I mean, talk about honesty, talk about candor. I mean, this, and remember, this book was written, let's see, copyright 1944, 45, 46, 48, and then this new book, this edition was written in 1984. So I don't know if they've updated this book since then. Certainly possible, but I like my old-fashioned one. I came home to my lonely room each night with a sick headache, a headache bred by and fed by disappointment, worry, bitterness, and rebellion. I was rebelling because the dreams I had nourished back in my college days had turned into nightmares. Was this life? Was this the vital adventure to which I had looked forward to so eagerly? Was this all life would ever mean to me? Working a job I despised, living with cockroaches, eating vile food with no hope for the future? I longed for leisure to read and to write the books I dreamed of writing back in my college days. So, you know, I can totally relate to that. Can you relate to what he's saying there? I'm sure a lot of us can relate. Send me a thumbs up or a smiley face or a heart if you can relate to this. So I remember back in my college days, I had two sets of college days. I had one when I was 18 and another when I was 28. So I went to college twice and still didn't finish because the first time I left college to become a professional ballet dancer. The second time I left college to write my books, my first book, which was called Permission to Succeed. So, you know, the point is he talks about, you know, leaving his, well, here, I'll just read it to you because it's really good writing. I knew I had everything to gain and nothing to lose by giving up the job I despised. I wasn't interested in making a lot of money, but I was interested in making a lot of living. In short, I had come to the Rubicon, that moment of decision which faces most young people when they start out in life. I made my decision, and that decision completely altered my future. It has made the rest of my life happy and rewarding beyond my most utopian aspirations. That's great, isn't it? That's just a great opening right there. 3 paragraphs, and you are just grabbed right there in the story. So basically, he tells a story about how and why he wrote this book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I love this part here. When he went to New York's great public library at 5th Avenue and 42nd Street and discovered to my astonishment that this library only 22 books listed under the title Worry. I also noticed to my amusement that it had 189 books listed under worms, almost 9 times as many books about worms as about worry. Astounding, isn't it? Since worry is one of the biggest problems facing mankind, you would think, wouldn't you, that every high school and college in the land would give a course on how to stop worrying. Yet, if there's even one course on that subject in any college in the land, I've never heard of it. Now, I know today there is a very popular course called How to Be Happy, and that's at a New York university. I believe it's Columbia. Anyway, my point is that, you know, back in the 1940s, certainly that was true, but it's still pretty true. There really isn't still a lot of information about how to stop worrying and how to start living, is there? That's sad. So here's to end the preface here. Science, said the French philosopher Valère, is a collection of successful recipes. That's a great quote, isn't it? That is what this book is, a collection of successful and time-tested recipes to rid our lives of worry. However, let me warn you, you won't find anything new in it, but you will find much that is not generally applied. That's certainly true. And when it comes to that, you and I don't need to be told anything new. We already know enough to lead perfect lives. We've all read the Golden Rule and the Sermon on the Mount. Our trouble is not ignorance, but inaction. Isn't that true more than ever? At successclinic.com, we say there's no lack of information. There's definitely a lack of implementation, right? Especially now today, we don't live in the information age. We live in the information overload age. We are all overloaded and overwhelmed with information. But what's sadly missing is implementation. That's why when you get one of my coaches or when you work with me, as a mentor, we just help you implement. Now, of course, we're teaching you things that you may not know, and that's one of the big problems is you don't know what you don't know. However, we also get people into action. Just go to noahstjohn.com/praise and you'll see what I mean. The purpose of this book is to restate, illustrate, streamline, air condition, and clarify a lot of ancient and basic truths and kick you in the shins and make you do something about applying them. That is classic Carnegie right there. Just kick you in the shins. Isn't that what we all need sometimes? You didn't pick up this book to read about how it was written. You are looking for action. All right, let's go. Please read parts 1 and 2 of this book. And if by that time you don't feel you have acquired a new power and a new inspiration to stop, worry, and enjoy life, then toss this book away. It is no good for you. Dale Carnegie. I love that. I mean, that is just, that's so brilliant because basically what he's doing is saying, hey, look, if you don't like it, then toss the book away, give it to somebody else. Isn't that a classic thing? Instead of basically going over the top and hyping things up and saying, this is the greatest thing ever written, and it's all new, and it's all, no, and even says, there's nothing new in here, right? But what this will do is help you to get into action. And I would argue there is actually a lot of new stuff in there in this book, and certainly things that probably you haven't heard of. I know it has for me, and that's why there's a lot that's highlighted. That's why, you know, you can see it's dog-eared, and I still go through it. Now, do I forget to do a lot of these things? Of course I do. I'm human just like everyone else. But that's why I love doing these programs with you, to share these things with you. And it helps me as well to review, like when I went through How to Win Friends and Influence People, when I went through Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It really was actually a really nice reminder of things that I, you know, want to be doing in my life. All right, so that is that's our introduction to how to stop worrying and start living. Now, I'm going to be going through this book, and we're going to just look at it one step at a time, one chapter at a time. Every chapter is just filled with golden nuggets that I think you'll really enjoy. And so our affirmation of the day is, that's not it. All right, let's try that again. Our affirmation of the day is, why did it do that? Oh, I know why. Okay, so we're going to go copy, paste, and paste. How's that? There you go. All right, so our affirmation of the day is, come on, really? Affirmation of the day, why do I stop worrying and start living? Why do I stop worrying and start living? Isn't that a great affirmation? I think so. That's why I've got my Marvel t-shirt on, right? My Marvel superhero, so I can remember to be a superhero today. All right, so this is Noah St. John. For everyone here at Success Clinic, remember to join me here every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, right here on noahnation.com for the Ask Noah St. John show. Remember to ask me anything that you want right here in these comments, and share this with your friends so that we can make sure to change lots of lives around the world. So for everyone here at successclinic.com, I'm Noah St. John signing off for now, and I look forward to being a part of your success story. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now.